This is Margaret Kenrick for EDOL 721, our journal reflection. It's been a very fun class to participate in. It came at a fantastic time for me because I was in a major production, and one of my reasons for joining Grand Mountain University was to become a better leader for my students. And it has been an interesting journey because a lot of the leaders within my community were not as strong as I had hoped. So I truly wanted to be a leader for them, for my students. One time when I was trying to figure out why I let myself stay in certain, say, emotionally abusive relationships, I wanted to consider leadership. I wanted to consider different ways to approach things. And so one of my friends said, but you're going to lose your artistic ability because many of you perform from your torture. And so I decided that that was not okay, that was old school, and I was ready to be the new transformational leader. So one of the things that I was able to do this time, and very fortunately at a very good time, was truly start to not just be the artistic director of Benicia Valley Theater, but to be the artistic director of a team of artistic leadership. That was one part of building my community and practicing my leadership. Even though sometimes it meant being very open and transparent to the point of having conversations that were uncomfortable, but of course truly from the heart. In one case that I mentioned in my journal was in regards to certain men in the group, basically trying to support me, but support me by somewhat overriding what I was saying. And they were very receptive. It was very good that I had actually spoken out and worked with these people. So I really appreciated that time and tools in which to bring a group together, and that was with the faculty. So they have always trusted me in a sense, but wanted to have more input, whether they actually understood it or not. But once they had that input, it was very, very important to them. For this ballet that's in the picture on the slide, that was Prisms, and that was really, truly my production. And though everybody really appreciated it, it was something that I did alone with an amazing organization, but within my faculty, I really took it on as my expression of ways in which we deal with different things, the way we can change the way we look at things. So having a Nutcracker production where everybody was involved was really exciting and helped us build this bigger community that we're hoping for. Part of what my desire was to be a better leader than the teachers that I had. Many of them yelled at us. Many of them lost their companies because there was, not that financial or business end on it. But to be with students and not, and like I mentioned, the hard stress, intense situations such as very limited rehearsal time. I wanted to be able to really drive tools in emotional intelligence to deal with the very times. Try to reflect quickly on why things were happening so that I could really institute where we were going with this. And this helped with the students because it gave them a time to reflect as well. So that was really important for me, was to find myself as the teacher, as the performer, being able to help my students also reflect upon what was going on, so that there was no yelling, but we were still driving an amazing production. Then the most important thing here in trying to build a bigger program is to, of course, work with the board of directors, work with the orchestra, trying to make it a one. And whether or not students know it or the audience can see it, they feel it. They know something's wrong when it's not working as a team. And it really was important for me to connect because people saw how busy I was. They know I'm just love so much and give of myself so much that they didn't want to connect necessarily with me. They didn't want to interrupt me. And so I wanted to make sure that I took that away, so that there was this transparency. We had some beautiful meetings. We have a meeting this week, and I'm happy. I'm excited to like take the time to actually really sit down and not just be by myself and be the only one being the spark plug, as my mentor calls me, in the organization, that I really could lead and beyond. So I think one of the biggest things was to have tools to deal with any sort of frustration that I was having, how to find the real way in which I needed to respond to a situation, but then also building a team and being that person that people could rely on to honestly communicate with. Because one of the things I truly believe in what I've seen in my students who now feel more open to talk to me, that they are becoming good leaders. And so what I've learned is good leadership is a gift you can pass on to the next generation. My son now manages the freshman basketball team. My seniors are managing the performances at the productions. I have, of course, wonderful graduates. So I do believe leadership is a gift that you can give. Thank you.